Welcome to Successful Living with Bill Napick. Every week we talk about success and everything that goes along with it. You'll learn the principles of success, how to achieve success, and learn to overcome challenges that may be getting in the way of success in your life. You'll hear from Bill Napick, a radio personality and business development expert, along with insight from special guests. If you're ready to find your path to success or take the success you're enjoying to the next level, stay tuned. Successful Living with Bill Napick is on right now.
Welcome to the show, Successful Living with Bill Napick, and today, Successful Living with Jeff Paul, Ryan Paul, Kevin Paul of Jeff Paul Custom Homes. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate you having us.
It is tremendous. In fact, today we are also on a remote location at one of your beautiful homes.
The address here is 213 Memorial Parkview, and it's in the gated community of Memorial Green.
And it is a beautiful location. Certainly this area, centrally located, and the home itself is beautiful. First, Jeff Paul Custom Homes, beautiful homes that you are building. Let's tell people a little bit about your company.
Well, thank you. We've actually started the company back in 1982. I actually have a degree in home building from Trinity University in San Antonio back in the 70s. It was part of the School of Engineering back then. Always enjoyed drawing, building things as a kid with erector sets, things like that, log cabins.
Lincoln Logs, remember
Lincoln
those?
Logs, remember that? Yes, did that
I do
too.
remember that.
We started out in business, a program at Trinity. That was kind of boring for me. It didn't really get to use my brains and my hands and as far as drawing things and creating things. So I went to the home building program there and got a degree in that in 1975. Worked for two prominent builders here in the Memorial area. Marvin Henry was one of them, and then the Pace brothers were another, and worked with those two companies until about 1981. And, struck out on my own in 1982 and built around the 1960 area for many years. Was invited up to the Woodlands to build custom homes in 1986. And we've been there for roughly about 30 years and had a great career. Now the Woodlands is basically ending as far as most of the custom arena up there. So we have gone out to Katy and Cane Island. We're building in Wood Forest and Pine Island. We're also in Stillwater off I-45 and 1488 in the gated community. And we also have done quite a few teardowns down here in the Memorial area. So we've been around for a long time and had a real good reputation.
And one of the things that just strikes me right off the bat, Jeff, when you mentioned 1982, a side note, that's when I moved to Houston, but from 82 till here we are, I'm going to say it, 2019, which is hard to believe. Just all the changes that have taken place in everything, the growth in Houston, certainly the changes in homes, energy efficient features, and the way this city has changed in a tremendous way. People are coming to Houston and to Texas every day, newcomers all the time.
And really Houston, it's still a bargain. You've come from California or maybe the East Coast, and you get so much more house here. And yet I think the houses we build are very attractive and very innovative. The things we do, we build to the HERS standards, which is an energy feature. We do tankless hot water heaters. We do the foam insulation. We do the double insulated glass windows with argon gas in between the glass. And we do the recessed lights, which are now LED bulbs instead of the old-fashioned fluorescent type bulbs. So you're not changing those things out every 6 months. So we do have standards we set ourselves to, and I think we've improved the envelope of our homes.
With a home building of any sort, details are so important, the energy efficient details you speak of. Let's tell people about this home that we're sitting in right now in this beautiful kitchen and family area. Again, let's tell them the address. It's 213
Memorial Parkview. What this house has, this is a lock and leave type neighborhood. And so we are basically building these homes for people who either have already gone through raising the kids or empty nesters or maybe looking for a second home somewhere else in the country, and yet they still want to keep the same country club friends, same bridge club friends, same church friends. And so if you're coming from the Memorial area on acreage type homes, the big estate homes, this is a great place to come to do the downsizing. What this home actually has, with a very small yard, and again low maintenance, this one actually has the master bedroom on the first floor. And that is very unique. I mean, normally you have more of a mid-level living where the master is either on the second or third floor, but this home here has a great flow to it, and yet downstairs on the very first floor is not only a beautiful master bedroom with a fireplace, but also a study, family room, living, dining area. So basically you could live downstairs in this home without going upstairs to visit the grandkids or when the children come home.
And I like, if you have to go upstairs, you have choices. You could take the stairs or you could take the elevator.
Yes, exactly. We try to cover all the areas as far as age.
Because this particular home has 3 floors, right?
Yes, it
So
does, yeah.
That elevator really can come in handy when bringing things upstairs and whatever.
It goes to all 3 floors. Yeah, on the 3rd floor, we actually have a bedroom and what we call a city room upstairs, which is like a game room that has an outdoor balcony pavilion on the 3rd floor with a fireplace, so you can actually go outside and enjoy the outdoors while you're perhaps gaming up there on that 3rd floor.
And let's tell people the price point here in case they're thinking about this. Again, we are right here east of Beltway 8 in a tremendous neighborhood with so many things around, and it's so well established. Let's tell them the price range that this home is in.
This price range is between 1.9 and 2.1. The lot situation here, these lots are about 50 feet by 88 feet. So again, you're not getting a whole bunch of land, which I think people get to be my age, that's probably a good thing. And yet there is a little bit of a small side yard for the dog or perhaps even for a little cocktail pool. But the price range basically is at 1.9 and just over $2 million.
That sounds great. And let's tell people, as far as the other homes in the other neighborhoods that you are in, are they all in this same price range, or I would think they might vary a little bit?
Yeah, our custom program basically now ranges from about $1 million up to probably $3 million plus in the Memorial area. But as far as the other subdivisions out, like in Katy or in Wood Forest, we tend to be more in the 1.2 to 1.8 price range.
What strikes me is when we're in this range here in Houston, $1 million, $2 million, as a builder, already in any price home, you have to do and manage so many things to get a house built. But when we're in this range, details become so important. Better appointments all the way around. It's almost like you have more details and more things to think about to make the home attractive to the buyer.
There is. I mean, it's so much more detail than what perhaps a production home would have to offer. We do not have a design center where you go and have your 10 choices of granites and 5 choices of brick. Every detail is basically the sky's the limit. We do have a real good program as far as, I will have to go back to my background with those 2 other custom builders that I worked for, between Marvin Henry and the Pace brothers. They really taught me about detail and quality. I can build a house. I mean, I know what to look for, and I'm not just a businessman, but I know the nuts and bolts. And in college, I actually had to work between summers interning out on a framing crew, so I was able to get my fingernails dirty and learn how to build a house from the ground up. But we do have a great checklist that we use for our construction managers with Ryan here and Kevin, who are with us today, and our other 2 construction managers. And we have a checklist just like a jet pilot. I mean, no matter how many years you've been flying, you have a checklist to go down. And we use that same checklist that I've basically created back in 1975 and 76 that we still use to this day. But the quality, the details, the scheduling, the organizational skills we need is just tremendous. And I think that's what sets us apart from a lot of custom builders, because number 1, we know how to build a house, and number 2, we know how to create those scheduling and those organizational skills to make it work.
Systems and procedures must be adhered to, and
Exactly.
in the home we're in right now, you can look at any detail, any corner, top to bottom. It looks beautiful. And we have, as you mentioned, Ryan and Kevin Paul. Your sons are right here.
Yes.
And let's talk to Ryan first. And first, Ryan, let's tell people, as they're listening, let's tell them the website.
Our website is www.jeffpaulcustomhomes.com. It's up to date with all of our inventory, beautiful portfolio of pictures inside the house and out. We'd love for y'all to go visit that. And
so they could see what we're talking about. And in addition, I'll remind people they can go to the YouTube video after this broadcast, which is my name, Bill Napick Radio Shows, and you'll actually see us right here in the kitchen. But Ryan, let's tell people your role with Jeff Paul Custom Homes.
I have been with the company for 17 years, which is amazing. It's flown by. Time flies when you're having fun. I started out doing mostly construction management in the field, probably 80% of the time, building the homes, learning how to build the homes, creating relationships with our subcontractors, kind of the mutual respect thing where we're there to lift each other up and build a great quality home together. Many of our subcontractors have been with us for multiple decades. I think that says a lot about both parties working together to build a quality home.
And it really does. The other thing that it certainly comes to mind is that for anything to be done of this magnitude with this many, air conditioning, carpenters, foundation, with all these details and categories, you have to have the right team. And it sounds like you have had that right team and have been working with the right team for many years.
Yes, that's correct. After a few years, to go back to your last question, after a few years, I'd started getting back into the office a little bit more, to the point of about 50-50 right now. I'm 50% in the field, 50% in the office, estimate the homes, meeting with clients, prospective buyers, that type of thing. Actually do some marketing, update our website, wear a lot of hats.
We're doing some marketing right now.
Yeah,
in
there
fact,
you go.
Hey, so you never know who's going to be listening. And in fact, when it goes on the internet, many people listen from other states, other countries. And quite frankly, I bet through the years, a lot of your customers have been outside of Houston, outside of Texas even.
There have been quite a few clients that have come in from out of states. With Houston, again, yes, being such a large city, there's a lot of corporate headquarters here, oil and gas. There's been a lot of corporations that have come in. The employees that are high up in those companies tend to buy our homes. So
you know how to work with the people that have high expectations, attention to detail.
Yes.
And as Kevin is also here, Kevin, let's tell people what you do for the company and your role.
Sure. My role is similar to Ryan's, just in a different location down here in the Memorial Villages area, running the more Houston proper division. I am also boots on the ground and office work as well. So estimating, running the subcontractors on site, solving the problems, punch lists, quality control. Half the day I could be in my jeans and tennis shoes, and the other half I'm in my nice dress attire. But it's fun, it's exciting. I've been with the company for about 7 years. I come with a commercial construction background of about 7 years as well.
So, and on this show, a lot of times, Successful Living, we talk about, and people that are going to buy this home are successful from a financial standpoint and in their life. But as we think about that, what are some of the things that you do, for example, when there's challenges? And along the way, any endeavor we do, certainly building a home, somewhere along the line, there are going to be challenges. In fact, one of the big ones is probably weather that we can't do much about. We have to adjust to it. But how do you handle as a professional in this company when challenges come up?
Sure. Lots of deep breaths first.
Let's breathe deeply, yes.
Breathe deeply. One step at a time, one day at a time is one of my big mottos I try to live by. You can't solve every single problem all at once or immediately. So I try to take one step at a time, one day at a time, take some deep breaths, and really lay out a path for the solution.
And in fact, I like what Jeff was talking about when he talked about the checklist, because that's right. In the great comparison of an airline pilot, something's going to go wrong, and if you're the pilot or the team of pilots and you're surprised, that's not good, because they're trained to expect the unexpected. So when that happens, they go down to that checklist, right?
Absolutely. And you rely a little bit on history as well. A lot of the problems or the fires that we see have happened before. Some of them have not, and so we have a lot of resources to lean on as far as these two guys or our other field superintendents who have been with us for decades. And so we work as a team, bounce around ideas, and eventually get to a solution.
And in the real estate world, as I hear, and I haven't heard lately, but I remember just even earlier this year from builders, one of the things they say is that there's not a lot of land left, or the land prices are so high, especially in the nice areas. How do you address that as you go forth when you're thinking about the next project, where and wherever?
Sure. We try to implement features to get that price per square foot point where it needs to be. Building up is one example. As we are here in this home, 3-story home, you get that bang for your buck price per square foot. So we work with our architects that we work with on how to design a home to meet those expectations.
Give us a word about the Woodlands. Jeff mentioned that you're also in the Woodlands, have built a lot of homes there. Let's talk a little bit about that. Who wants to address the Woodlands? Because we're growing in every area.
Right, yeah. The Woodlands was a fantastic place to build new custom homes, like I say, since we were there in '86 starting. And we still got, I think, one lot left in Carlton Woods, Creekside, which is kind of the last gated custom community in the Woodlands. But it's been a great place to be, and we are actually now starting to see the turnover, and we've actually purchased our first lot to do a tear down on the TPC golf course. So the areas up close to I-45 that have been there since the 70s, we're basically getting ready to start in there, and a couple other builders are doing the same thing. But we see that turning over now, and to new families or perhaps even empty nesters on the area up close to the town center where the action is, and close to 45 for access into Houston.
And when I think about teardowns, just as I drive by, I always wonder how long, I know it depends, but how long does it take to tear down a home?
We've done some down here in about, one day, I guess?
Really?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
includes the foundation and everything?
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
We've got some expert contractors down here who know what they're doing.
They know how to tear them down, and then it's time to build them up again,
And then it
right?
takes a lot longer to put them back up, yes.
And we're talking with Jeff Paul with Jeff Paul Custom Homes, his son, Ryan Paul, and Kevin Paul. Also, Cane Island. You mentioned Cane Island. What's happening out there? That's a beautiful area.
Cane Islands, it's beautiful, and it's actually one of the few communities we've gone into that actually has the amenities already in place. So many places, seem to have promises and renderings of swim centers and things like that.
They have it.
But they have it. So when we got out there, those were already built. They're already being used. They've got a beautiful gated community out there called the Estates, and we do have a home out there right now. And big, huge lots, too, which is something you don't see too much in the communities anymore. Because like you mentioned, land is hard to find. So developers are going to probably try to get more lots in an acre, perhaps, than they used to. But Cane Island has some huge 3/4 type acre lots. So you get a lot, like Kevin said, you get a lot of bang for your buck out there.
And you have a home ready out there right now?
Sure do. We have one out there.
What's
It's
that price range?
Price range is about 1.5 and change, and it's approximately, I think, 5,600 square feet.
Would that be on your website?
It would be, yes.
And that website is?
www.jeffpaulcustomhomes.com.
Yeah, well, you have a built-in advantage, Jeff. Your name is easy to remember, so that way people can be driving right now. They don't have to stop. They can just think Jeff Paul Custom Homes. It's that simple.
It's that simple. 2 first names.
I like that. And you have 2 sons here. Give us
Right.
a word. It must be great. I'm a father. I have 1 son. But it must be great as a family endeavor. Almost like a lot. We see this in restaurants a lot. Not so much in building.
Right.
But let's give us a word about how great it is to work
Well-
with your sons. And you've seen these guys when they were little.
Yeah, it's just been a joy. It almost brings tears to my eyes, and sometimes it does, that these 2 young men, along with my 3rd son, who is not in the business, but we did raise 3 boys. We think, my wife Diane and myself, we think we did a pretty good job. We raised them good. They know what hard work means. They know how to save. Both of them actually worked a little bit, sweeping out homes as a younger age. I'd pay them, minimum wage to do that, cleaning out for us. But they both learned, I think, from Dad here how to build a house, and I think I gave them the work ethic that they really need. And I couldn't be more proud of them to see, what they've become. They've become great men in the business, and I look forward to eventually passing the baton off to both of them. I will also say, out of the 8 employees we have, 5 of them have the last name of Paul. So not only myself and Ryan and Kevin here, but my wife Diane is actually kind of our CFO, I guess. She kind of wears all the hats and makes sure I do the right thing every day. And then actually Kevin's wife also, Stephanie, is our interior designer down here in Houston. And then as one thing that we do offer, we actually offer interior design service in-house. So if somebody does buy one of our homes or wants to have one built, we will supply them with 35 hours of free complimentary design time to help put those packages together.
Our good friends and show partners, showhomeshouston.com, Shelley and Pratt, are here today, and this home has been staged by that company. Give us an idea of when the home is staged as a builder, how that may help you sell the home and help people to see the potential of the home.
Right. The feedback we've gotten on this home has been tremendous since we staged it. We had it basically just unfinished for many, many months. And we'd have people come in and they go to the master bedroom, for example, which is again on the first floor, and they would say, this bedroom is too small. How are we going to get our furniture in here? With Pratt and Shelley coming in and putting a furniture in the family room here, dining area, and the master bedroom, all of a sudden that master bedroom especially became, wow, this room is big. Look, I can get a king-size bed, I can get bedside tables, I can get chairs in here, and it's really done a 180 on the impression of that room especially.
In fact, it looks really nice. I took the tour of the home before you guys got here. Ryan, before we close out the show, what else would you like people to know about your company or anything else? Or about working with your dad?
Working with my dad, I'll answer that one. It's been amazing. Like he said, I had a background in business. I also majored in business from a school in Mississippi called Millsaps College. It's very similar to Trinity. university where he attended. Majored in business, but during summers, I'd come home and he'd put me to work, and I'd go sweep out houses during frame stage when we're about to do insulation and sheetrock, clean them up and sweat a little bit and learn the labor side of the job. Now I'm in the office with him every day. I get to see him every day, learning from the best, learning how to price these homes. And with his background, I mean, there's no better mentor to be able to have. And then to be able to call him dad is just amazing.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
And Kevin, before we close out the show, what else would you like people to know?
Sure. About our company, we have the motivation I would say some builders may not have. We are all in. We care. You get us as project managers, as superintendents. You get us as the boots on the ground. We're personal people. We understand the emotions involved in building a custom home. We appreciate each other. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
There you go. And you'll be there long after the sale when someone buys one of these beautiful homes. So, Jeff, let's tell people once again how they can reach out to you. Here he is, Jeff Paul Custom Homes.
JeffPaulCustomHomes.com. Our phone number is 281-367-0316.
One more time.
281-367-0316.
And you can just go to JeffPaulCustomHomes.com and see some of the homes, see some of the distinctions, and, of course, give the guys a call. And thank you so much. And also, Show Homes Houston, beautifully staged homes. Check them out at ShowHomesHouston.com. Thank you all for being on the show. Great to meet you and your family, Jeff. And we will see you next week. Successful Living Today with Bill Napick. That's me, Jeff Paul Custom Homes, Ryan Paul, and Kevin Paul. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.